taking this to be joining us this morning here. Much appreciated. And one of the reasons I've asked you kindly if you were willing to come in is you're a global HR business partner working with a financial service at the moment, but you also have 10 years coaching experience. You have extensive. Can you just briefly describe us your coaching journey? Just briefly, where are you coming from, basically?
Okay, so good morning, everybody. It's a real pleasure to talk to you. Yeah, as Bernard says, my journey to work with Synergy. I'm a senior HR professional, and I started coaching around 10 years ago. And then that led me down a journey of NLP practitioner, etc. So I use coaching as part of my HR practice to work with senior executives within the company. And the company that I work for, it's very complex. It's a global organization. It's cross-cultural, and interestingly enough, as Bernard and Lorna were talking, we have to do a lot of our work virtually because we've got locations all over the world. And what I actually discovered over the course of a number of years is that however successful coaching was on a one-to-one basis, that the coachees were actually sort of bringing examples and into coaching from the team that they worked with, and with the best will in the world, the coaching one-to-one, they could change behaviors, they could look at beliefs and values, and they could change their reaction to what was going on, either with another person or within another part of the organization. But there was a limit to what could actually be achieved in terms of the overall organization or an overall team. So I began thinking about what else I could do, and that led me to team coaching. And I've been through, I've been around the block a few years, so I've done a lot of training and a lot of, been sort of exposed to a lot of frameworks and concepts, etc., in terms of leadership and coaching. And I have to say that the difference that this has made to me in terms of dealing with both with the system within the organization with senior executives is that it really gives an understanding, and I've been talking to people over the last few months about this, is I had an intrinsic understanding of what was going on, but I didn't have the language or the frameworks to actually name it. So, and then I went on a kind of, round and round in circles in terms of I have an innate understanding of what's going on, but I can't actually, get my arms around it or put a finger on exactly the dynamic. And when I was exposed to the systemic team coaching, it really gave me a language, it gave me a framework, and it also gave me the courage to actually name what was going on, either within the team or with a senior executive, and to be able to name it correctly, and for them to be able to see, yes, that's actually what's going on.
Right.
And I mean, it's very exciting. The information in terms of systems thinking is it's hugely engaging, and it's very interesting. It's not a magic wand, and what I find with our organization is that there is a tendency to look for quick fixes. So give me something that I can plug in, plug out, and is not going to take me away from my desk for too long. And essentially what it comes down to, it's the interconnections, particularly in a global organization. It's the interconnections, it's the relationships, it's the conflict that actually hinder the organization making progress. So while it's not a magic wand, the ability within a team to look at itself, to name what's going on, and to be able to understand and reveal certain behaviors, certain beliefs, certain ways of doing things. While it's not a magic wand, it's actually can be very revealing. And one person described a spaceship coming down and landing within a team, because it was so revealing in terms of uncovering what was actually going on in the team, and for it to be correct and a real view of what was actually happening in the room, and to be able to unpack what's going on in the room is actually what's going on in the business. So there's a mirror image of behaviors within a team environment in a particular intervention room workshop, which is manifesting itself within the business, and people can see that. They may not actually be able to understand how to name it, but they have as I said, like myself, they have an understanding of what's happening. And the real ability of systemic team coaching is to be able to look at behaviors, look at beliefs, clear residue, and for people to be able to manage conflict and get higher performance, because at the end of the day, that's what's important to companies. But as well as that, I think there's an underlying understanding that relationships improve. People are able to have more grown-up conversations with each other, and then it becomes, the organization becomes, a more enjoyable place within which people can work, but also are successful, are high achieving, etc. So
okay, no,